Hello and welcome to the second episode of The Curtain of Crime Season 2. I am your host Saptak. Let's begin. On February 23, 2025, The Hindu reported a murder that not fit nearly into a headline. It involved students, it involved violence, and it involved that refused to settle. What appeared to be a clash between teenagers would be later described as a homicide. And even now, the case continued to unfold in police files, in courtrooms, and in public memory. This is the story of one murder and the many versions that surround it. The origin of the case traced back to farewell function at a private tuition center in Kozhikode district. Students from two local schools were present. The gathering was meant to mark an ending, but instead it planted the seeds of a conflict. During a cultural program, a brief technical disruption occurred, according to the accounts later cited in the news reports. Mocking remark followed. Nothing physical happened that night, but resentment did. Journalism often learns that violence rarely begins with violence. It begins with unsolved tensions. In the days that followed, messages were exchanged, word hardened, and groups formed. On February 27, that tension surfaced again, this time on a public road. What began as an argument escalated into physical clash involving several students. Witnesses would later describe chaos. Police would describe as an unlawful assembly. Families would describe shock. Among those present was Mohammad Shahbaz, a 16-year-old class 10 student. During the clash, Shahbaz was attacked. Investigators later said he suffered a severe blow to back of his head. A weapon believed to be nunchaku was allegedly used. At first, the injury did not appear fatal. He was taken to nearby hospital, treated and sent home. This wood detail later became central to the question raised. An hours later, Shahbaz's condition worsened. He became unresponsive. He was rushed back to the hospital and later shifted to the Kozhikode Medical College. Doctor placed him on ventilator support. Despite the medical intervention, he died in the early hours of 1st March 2025. The postmortem report cited a fractured skull and internal bleeding. At this moment, the narrative changed. What had been described as a student clash became a murder case. Police arrested several students and registered a case under serious section of law, including murder and unlawful assembly. Investigators stated that the attack was deliberate and collective. Evidence was seized Digital messages were examined. Statements were recorded. According to the police, the investigation is ongoing and all aspects are being examined. This was the official version, methodical, procedural, and cautious. Now let's hear the family's question. For the family of Shahbaz, the official explanation felt incomplete. They questioned how a school rivalry escalated so violently. They asked whether timely medical care could have changed the outcome. They demanded accountability beyond arrest. Their grief found public expression not in accusation, but in insistence of truth. As the case progressed, versions multiplied. Number 1. Witnesses recalled events differently. Number 2. Students described fear and confusion. Number 3. Social media simplified the complex facts. And number 4. Television debates rushed to conclusions. Its reporting separated what was confirmed, what was alleged, and what remained unknown. In doing so, it preserved uncertainty where certainty did not yet exist. The accused, being juveniles, were produced before the Juvenile Justice Board. Bail was denied. They were remanded to observation home. The legal process continues. In law, a case is not solved by arrest alone. It is solved by evidence, survives scrutiny, and justice is delivered through due process. That stage has not yet arrived. One boy is dead. That fact is irreversible. But the story of how and why is still being written. This is why journalism matters. Not to declare verdicts, but to document truth as it unfolds, carefully, responsibly, and without haste. I am your host, Saptak, and you are listening A Murder with Many Versions, based on the report documented from The Hindu.